Proverbs, chapter 1. Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice and judgment and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, and to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels, to understanding a proverb and to the interpretation. The words of the wise in their dark sands. Fear of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, come, let us lay wait for blood, and let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as a grave, or whole as those that go down into the pit. We shall find all precious substance. We fill our houses with spoil. Cast in thy lot among us, and let us all have one purse. Proverbs 1:15. My son, walk not thou in the way with them. Refrain thy foot from their path. For their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed blood. Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird. They wait for their own blood, and they lurk privily for their own lives. So are the ways of everyone that's greedy for gain, which take away the life of the owners thereof. Wisdom crieth without, she utter her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the opening of the gates. In the city she utter her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge? How long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge? Proverbs 1:23. Turn you at my reproof, and behold, I'll pour out my spirit unto you, and I'll make known my words unto you. Because I've called, and you refuse. I've stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But you have said at not all my counsel, with none of my reproof. I'll also laugh at your calamity, and I'll mock when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. Proverbs 1:27. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then they shall call upon me, but I'll not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For they that hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahweh, they would none of my counsel, and they despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own way, and they shall be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whosoever hearken unto me, he shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. The book of Proverbs, chapter 2. My son, if thou wilt receive my words, hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thy ear unto wisdom, and apply thy heart unto understanding. Yet, if thou criest after knowledge, and lifted up thy voice for understanding. Proverbs 2:4. Thou seekest her as silver, and searchest her for hid treasures. Then thou shalt understand the fear of Yahweh, and shalt find the knowledge of Elohim. For Yahweh giveth wisdom, and out of his mouth cometh understanding. For Yahweh giveth wisdom, and out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. Proverbs 2 and 7. He layeth up sound wisdom for the righteous. He's a buckler to them that walk uprightly. He keepeth the path of judgment, and preserve the way of the saints. Then shalt thou understand righteousness and judgment and equity, yea, every good path. Proverbs 2 and 10. When wisdom enter into your heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, to the man that speaketh forward things, who leave the paths of righteousness to walk in the ways of darkness. Who rejoice to do evil and delight in the forwardness of the wicked, whose ways are crooked, and they forward in their path, to deliver thee from a strange woman, even from a stranger, which flattereth with the words, which forsaketh the guide of her youth, and forgetteth the covenant of her God. Proverbs 2 and 19. None that go in unto her return again, neither take they hold of the paths of life. For her house inclineth unto death, and her paths unto the dead, that thou mayest walk in the way of good men, and keep the paths of the righteous. For the upright shall dwell in the land, and the perfect shall remain in it. But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the transgressors shall be rooted out of it. But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the transgressors shall be rooted out of it. The book of Proverbs, chapter 3. My son, forget not my law, but let thy heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add unto thee. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy neck, write them upon the table of thy heart, so that thou findest good favor and understanding in the sight of Elohim and man. Trust in Yahweh with all thy heart, and lean not at thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear Yahweh, and depart from evil. It shall be health to thy navel, and moral to thy bones. Honor Yahweh with thy substance, and with the first fruit of all thine increase. So thy barns shall be filled with plenty, and thy presses shall burst out with new wine. My son, despise not the chastening of Yahweh, neither be weary of his correction. Whom Yahweh loveth, he corrected, even as a father, the son in whom he delighteth. Happy is a man that findeth wisdom, and a man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise thereof is better than the merchandise of silver, and the grain thereof than fine gold. She's more precious than rubies, and all the things that thou can desire are not to be compared unto her. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. She is the tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and happy is everyone that retaineth her. Proverbs 3:19. Yahweh by wisdom have founded the earth, and by understanding have established the heavens. By his knowledge the depths are broken up, and the clouds drop down their dew. Son, let not them depart from the eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion, so they shall be life unto thy soul and grace to thy neck. Then shall thou walk in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble. When thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid. Yea, thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet. Proverbs 3:24. When thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid. Yea, thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. For Yahweh shall be thy confidence, and keep thy foot from being taken. Withhold not good from them to whom it's due, when it's in the power of thy hand to do it. Say not to thy neighbor, go and come again. Tomorrow I'll give it thee, when I have it by thee. Proverbs 3:28. Say not to thy neighbor, go and come again, and tomorrow I'll get it, when thou have it by thee. Devise not evil against thy neighbor, seeing he dwelleth securely by thee. Strive not with a man without cause, if he done nothing to harm you. Proverbs 3:31. Envy not thy oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Proverbs 3:32. For the forward is an abomination unto Yahweh, but his secret is with the righteous. The curse of Yahweh is in the house of the wicked, but he blessed the habitation of the just. Surely he scorneth the scorners, but he giveth grace unto the lowly. The wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the promotion of fools. The book of Proverbs chapter 4. Hear ye children the instruction of a father, and attend till you get no understanding. For I give you good doctrine. Forsake not my law, for I was my father's son, tender and only beloved in the sight of my mother. He taught me also, and said unto me, let thine heart retain my words, and keep my commandments, and live. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she'll preserve thee. Love her, and she'll keep thee. Proverbs 4:7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Proverbs 4:7. Wisdom is a principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Proverbs 4:8. Exalt her, and she'll promote thee. She'll bring thee honor when thou embrace her. She'll give to thy head an ornament of grace. A crown of glory shall she deliver thee. Proverbs 4:9. A crown of glory shall she deliver thee. Hear, O my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of thy life shall be many. I've taught thee in the way of wisdom. I've led thee in the right paths. When thou goest, thy steps shall not be straitened, and when thou runnest, thou shalt not stumble. Proverbs 4:13. Take fast hold of instruction, let her not go, keep her, for she is thy life. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not into the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not except they've done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the just is as a shining light that shineth more and more into the perfect day. The way of the wicked is a darkness. You know not at what they stumble. My son, attend to my words and incline thy ear to my sayings. Let them not depart from thy eyes, and keep them in the midst of thy heart. Proverbs 4:22. But they are life unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Put away from me a froward mouth, and perverse lips put far from me. Let thy eyes look right on, and let thy eyelids look straight before thee. Ponder the path thy feet, and let all thy ways be established. Remove thy foot from evil. Turn not to the right hand, nor to the left. At the book of Proverbs, chapter 5. My son, attend to my wisdom. Bow thine ear to my understanding, that thou mayest regard discretion, that thy lips may know knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth as smoother than oil. But her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death, her steps take hold on hell. Lest thou shalt ponder the path of life. Her ways are movable, that thou cannot know them. Proverbs 5:7. Hear me now, therefore, O children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Remove thy way far from her, and come not near unto the door of her house. Lest thine give thine honor to others, yea, thy years unto the cruel. These strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy labors be in the house of a stranger. And thou mourn at the last, when thy flesh and thy body are consumed, and say, have I hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof, and have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined my ear to them that instructed me. Proverbs 5:14. I was almost in all evil in the midst of the congregation and assembly. Drink waters out of thy own cistern, and waters out of thy own well. The book of Proverbs, chapter 5, verse 16. Let thy fountains be dispersed abroad, and rivers of water in the streets. Let them only be thy own, and not strangers with thee. Let thy fountain be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of thy youth. Let her be as the loving hind in a pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always with her love. And why would thou, my son, be ravished with a strange woman, and embrace the bosom of a stranger? For the ways of a man are before the eyes of Yahweh, and he pondereth all his goings. His own iniquities shall take the wicked himself, and he shall be holden with all the cords of his sin. He shall die without instruction, and in the greatness of his folly shall he go astray. The book of Proverbs, chapter 6. My son, if thou be surety for thy friend, if thou hast stricken thy hand with the stranger, thou art snared with the mouth, thou art taken with the words of thy mouth. Do this now, my son, and deliver thyself when thou art come into the hand of thy friend. Go, humble thyself, make sure thy friend, give not sleep to thine eyes, nor slumber to thine eyelids. Deliver thyself as a roe from the hand of the hunter, and as a bird from the hand of the fowler. Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provided her meat in the summer, and gathered her food in the harvest. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that travelleth, and thy want as an armed man. A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a forward mouth. He winketh with his eyes, he speaketh with his feet. Proverbs 6 and 12. A wicked man walketh with a forward mouth. He winketh with his eyes, he speaketh with his feet. He teaches with his fingers, forwardness is in his heart. He devises mischief continually, he soweth discord. Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly he should be broken without remedy. Book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 16. These 6 things doeth Yahweh hate. Yeah, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, and heart that devises wicked imaginations, feet that are swift in running in mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. Proverbs 6 and 19. A false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. My son, keep thy father's command, and forsake not the law of thy mother. My son, keep thy father's command, and forsake not the law of thy mother. Bind them continually upon thy heart, and tie them about thy neck. Bind them continually upon thy heart, and tie them about thy neck. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. The book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 22. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. And when thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. And when thou awakest, it shall talk with thee. But the commandment is a lamp, and the law is a light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is a light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life, to keep thee from the evil woman. To keep thee from an evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. The book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 25. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. But by the means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for a precious life. Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not get burned? So is he that goeth into his neighbor's wife. Whosoever touches her shall not be innocent. Whosoever touches her shall not be innocent. Men do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he's hungry. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house. But whosoever committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that do it destroyeth his own soul. A wound and a dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. For jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore will he not spare in a day of vengeance. He'll not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts. He'll not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts. The book of Proverbs, chapter 7. My son, keep my words, and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live. My law is the apple of thine eye. Bind them up upon thy fingers. Write them upon the tables of thine heart. Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinsman, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger that flattereth with her words. Proverbs chapter 7, verse 6. For at the window of my house I looked through my casement, beheld among the simple ones, and discerned among the youth a young man void of understanding passing through the street near a corner. And he went the way to her house in the twilight and the evening, in the black and dark night. And he went to the way of her house in the twilight and the evening, in the black and the dark night. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot and subtle of heart. She loud and stubborn, and her feet abide not in her house. Now she is without now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. So she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent face said unto him, I have a peace offering with me this day. I paid my vows, therefore came I forth to meet thee, diligently to seek thy face, and I found thee. I've decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, with carved works, with the fine linen of Egypt. I've perfumed my bed with myrrh and aloes and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of love unto the morning. Let us solace ourselves with loves. For the good man's not at home. He's gone on a long journey, and he taken a bag of money with him, and to come home at the day appointed. With her much spare speech, she caused him to yield, and with the flattering of her lips, she forced him. He goeth after her straightway, as an ox goeth to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of stocks, till a dart strike through his liver. As a bird hasten to a snare, knowing not that it's for his own life. Hearken unto me now, therefore, O ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not thine heart decline to her ways. Go not astray after her paths. For she has cast down many wounded. Yea, many strong men have been slain by her. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. Book of Proverbs, chapter 8. Do not wisdom cry, and understanding put forth her voice. She standeth in the top of high places, by the way in the places of the paths. She crieth at the gates, at the entry of the city, at the coming in at the doors. Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of man. Proverbs 8:5. O ye simple, understand wisdom, and ye fools, be of an understanding heart. Hear, for I'll speak of excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be right things. For my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness, and there's nothing forward or perverse in them. They all plain to him that understandeth, and right to them that findeth knowledge. Receive my instruction, and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired cannot be compared unto it. Proverbs 8:11. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared unto it. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence, and find out knowledge of witty inventions. Proverbs 9:13. For the fear of Yahweh is to hate evil, pride, arrogancy, and the evil way. In the froward mouth do I hate. The fear of Yahweh is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy, and the evil way in the forward mouth I hate. Counsel is mine and sound wisdom. I'm understanding and have strength. By me kings reign, and princes decree justice. By me princes rule, and nobles, even all the judges of the earth. I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me. Riches and honor are with me. Yeah, durable riches and righteousness. My fruit is better than gold. Yeah, than fine gold. My revenue than choice silver. Proverbs 8:20. I lead in the way of righteousness, and in the midst of the paths of judgment, that I may cause those that love me to inherit substance, and I'll fill their treasures. Proverbs 8:22. Yahweh possessed me in the beginning of his way. Before his works of old, I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was, when there were no depths. I was brought forth when there were no fountains abounding with water. Before the mountains were settled, before the hills were brought forth, nor the fields, nor the high parts of the dust of the world. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. Proverbs 28:27. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the earth. When he established the clouds above. When he strengthened the mountains of the deep. When he gave the sea his decree that the waters should not pass his commandment. When he appointed the foundations of the earth. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 8, verse 29. When he gave the sea his decree that the waters should not pass his commandment, when he appointed the foundations of the earth. Then was I by him as one brought up with him, and I was daily in his delight, rejoicing always before him. Then was I by him as one brought up with him, and I was daily in his delight, rejoicing always before him. Rejoicing in the habitable parts of his earth. My delights were with the sons of men. Proverbs 8:32. Now therefore hearken unto me, O ye children, for blessed are they that keep my ways. Hear instruction and be wise, and refuse not. Hear instruction, be wise, and refuse not. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting on the post of my doors. For whosoever findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of Yahweh. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul, and all they that hated me love death. Proverbs 8:2. She standeth in the top of high places, by the way in the places of the paths. She crieth at the gates, at the entry of the city, at the coming in at the doors. Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of men. Proverbs 8:5. O ye simple, understand wisdom, and ye fools, be of an understanding heart. Hear, for I'll speak of excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be right things. For my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness, and there's nothing forward or perverse in them. They all plain to him that understandeth, and right to them that findeth knowledge. Receive my instruction, and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired cannot be compared unto it. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired cannot be compared unto it. Proverbs 8:11. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared unto it. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence and find out knowledge of witty inventions. Proverbs 9:13. For the fear of Yahweh is to hate evil, pride and arrogance, and the evil way. In the forward mouth do I hate. Pride and arrogancy and the evil way in the forward mouth doeth I hate. Counsel is mine and sound wisdom. I'm understanding and have strength. By me, kings reign, and princes decree justice. By me, princes rule, and nobles, and even the judges of the earth. By me, princes rule, and nobles, even all the judges of the earth. I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me. Riches and honor are with me. Yeah, durable riches and righteousness. My fruit is better than gold. Yeah, and my revenue. Proverbs 8:19. My fruit is better than gold. Yeah, than fine gold. My revenue than choice silver. I lead in the way of righteousness, and in the midst of the paths of judgment, and in the midst of the paths of justice. Proverbs 8:20. I lead in the way of righteousness, and in the midst of the paths of judgment. Proverbs 8:21. That I may cause those that love me to inherit substance, and I'll fill their treasures. Yahweh. Proverbs 8:22. Yahweh possessed me in the beginning of his way, before his works of old. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. When there were no depths, I was brought forth. I was brought forth when there were no fountains abounding with water. Before the mountains were settled, before the hills were brought forth. While as yet he had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the high parts of the dust of the world. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the Proverbs 28:27. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the earth. When he established clouds above. When he strengthened the mountains of the deep. When he gave the sea his decree that the water should not pass his commandment. When he appointed the foundations of the earth. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 8, verse 29. When he gave the sea his decree that the waters should not pass his commandment. When he appointed the foundations of the earth. was I by him, as one brought up with him. And I was daily in his delight, rejoicing always before him. And I was daily in his delight, rejoicing always before him. Rejoicing in the habitable parts of his earth, my delights were with the sons of men. Now therefore, hearken unto me, ye children. Proverbs 8:32. Now therefore hearken unto me, O ye children, for blessed are they that keep my ways. Hear instruction, be wise, and refuse not. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting on the post of my doors. For whosoever findeth me, findeth life, and shall obtain favor of Yahweh. And all they that hateth me love death. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 9. Wisdom hath built her house. She's hewn down 7 pillars. She's killed her beasts. She's mingled her wine, and she's also furnished her table. She set forth her maidens. She crieth upon the highest places of the city. Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. As for him that wanteth understanding, she saith to him, come eat of my bread, and drink of the wine which I've mingled. Forsake the foolish and live. Go in the way of understanding. He that reproveth the scorner giveth himself to shame, and he that rebuketh a wicked man getteth himself a blot. Reprove a scorner, and he'll hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he'll love thee. Give instruction to a wise man, and he'll be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he'll increase in learning. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the holy is understanding. For by me thy days shall be multiplied, and the years of thy life shall be increased. If thou be wise, thou shalt be wise for thyself. If thou be wise, thou shalt be wise for thyself. But if thou scornest, thou alone shalt bear it. A foolish woman is clamorous. She's simple and knoweth nothing. Proverbs 9:13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She's simple and knoweth nothing, for she sitteth at the door of her house on the seat of the high places of the city, to call passengers who go right on their ways. Whosoever is simple, let him turn in hither. As for him that wanteth understanding, she saith unto him, stolen waters are sweet, and bread eaten in secret places is pleasant. But he knoweth not that the dead are there, and that her guests are in the depths of hell. But he knoweth not that the dead are there, and her guests are in the depths of hell. The book of Proverbs, chapter 10, Proverbs of Solomon. A wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish son is heaviness of his mother. Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivereth from death. Yahweh will not suffer the soul of the righteous to famish, but he casteth away the substance of the wicked. He becometh poor that dealeth with the slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich. He that gathereth in the summer is a wise son. Proverbs 10 and 5. He that gathereth in the summer is a wise son, but he that sleepeth in harvest is a son that causeth shame. Blessings are on the head of the just, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. The memory of the just is blessed, but the name of the wicked shall rot. The wise in heart shall receive commandments, but the prating fool shall fall. He that walketh uprightly walketh surely, but he that's perverted his way shall be known. He that winketh with the eye causeth sorrow, but a prating fool shall fall. The mouth of a righteous man is the well of life, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. Hatred stirreth up strife, but love covereth all sins. In the lips of him that have understanding, wisdom is found, but a rod is for the back of him that's void of understanding. Proverbs 10 and 13. In the lips of him that have understanding, wisdom is found, but a rod is for the back of him that's void of understanding. Wise men lay up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction. A rich man's wealth is his strong city. The destruction of the poor is their poverty. The labor of the righteous tendeth to life. The fruit of the wicked is sin. He's in a way of life that keepeth instruction. He that refuses reproof erreth. Proverbs 10 and 18. He that hideth hateth with his lying lips. He that uttereth a slander is a fool. He that hideth hateth with his lying lips. He that uttereth slander is a fool. In the multitude of words there wanteth not sin, but he that refraineth his lips is wise. In the multitude of words there wanteth not sin, but he that refraineth his lips is wise. Proverbs 10 and 20. The tongue of the just is as choice silver. The heart of the wicked is of little worth. The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for want of wisdom. Blessings of Yahweh maketh rich, and add no sorrow with it. The blessings of Yahweh maketh rich, and addeth no sorrow with it. The blessings of Yahweh maketh rich, and addeth no sorrow with it. It's as a sport to a fool to do mischief. But a man of understanding have wisdom. Proverbs 10:23. It's as a sport to a fool to do mischief. But a man of understanding have wisdom. The fear of the wicked shall come upon him, but the desire of the righteous shall be granted. As the whirlwind passes, so is the wicked no more. But the righteous is an everlasting foundation. As vinegar to the teeth, as smoke to the eyes, so is the sluggard to them that send them. For the fear of Yahweh prolongeth days, but the years of the wicked shall be shortened. The hope of the righteous shall be gladness, but the expectation of the wicked shall perish. The hope of the righteous shall be gladness, but the expectation of the wicked shall perish. The way of Yahweh is strength to the upright, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. The righteous shall never be removed, but the wicked shall not inhabit the earth. The mouth of the just bringeth forth wisdom, but the forward tongue shall be cut out. Proverbs 10:31. The mouth of the just bringeth forth wisdom, but the forward tongue shall be cut out. The lips of the righteous know what's acceptable, but the mouth of the wicked speaketh forwardness. Proverbs chapter 11. A false balance is an abomination to Yahweh, but a just weight is his delight. Pride cometh, then comes shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. Integrity of the upright shall guide him, but the perverseness of the transgressors shall destroy him. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness. The book of Proverbs chapter 11 verse 6. The righteousness of the upright shall deliver them, but the transgressors shall be taken by their own naughtiness. A wicked man dieth, and his expectation shall perish, and the hope of unjust men perishes. The righteous is delivered out of trouble, and the wicked cometh in his stead. An hypocrite with his mouth destroyeth his neighbor, but through knowledge shall the just be delivered. When it goeth well with the righteous, the city rejoices, and when the wicked perish, they're shouting. By the blessings of the upright, the city is exalted, but it is overthrown by the mouth of the wicked. Proverbs 11:12. He that is void of wisdom despises his neighbor, but a man of understanding holdeth his peace. A talebearer revealeth secrets, but he that is a faithful spirit concealeth the matter. Where no counsel is, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors there's safety. He that is surety for a stranger is smart for it, and he that hateth suretyship is sure. He that is surety for a stranger is smart for it, and he that hateth suretyship is sure. A gracious woman retaineth honor, and strong men retaineth riches. The merciful man doeth good to his own soul, but he that's cruel troubleth his own flesh. The wicked worketh the deceitful work, But to him that soweth righteousness shall be a sure reward. As righteousness tendeth to life, so that he that pursueth evil pursueth it to his own death. Proverbs 11:20. They that are of a froward heart are an abomination unto Yahweh, but such as are upright in their way are his delight. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. Proverbs 11:22. As a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman which is without discretion. As a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman which is without discretion. As a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, such is a fair woman which is without discretion. The desire of the righteous is only good, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath. There is that scattereth, and yet increases, and there is that withholdeth more than is meet, but tendeth to poverty. Proverbs 11:25. The liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that watereth shall be watered himself also. He that withholdeth corn, the people shall curse him, but blessing shall upon the head of him that selleth it. He that diligently seek good procureth favor. He that seeketh mischief, it shall come upon him. Proverbs 11:23. He that trusteth in his riches shall fall, but the righteous shall flourish as a branch. He that troubleth his own house shall inherit the wind, and the fool shall be servant to the wise of heart. The fruit of righteousness is a tree of life, and he that winneth souls is wise. The book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 31. Behold, the righteous shall be recompensed in the earth much more than the wicked and the sinner. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 12. Whosoever loveth instruction loveth knowledge, but he that hateth reproof is brutish. A good man obtain favor with Yahweh, but a man of wicked devices he'll condemn. A man shall not be established by wickedness, but the root of righteousness shall not be moved. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that maketh ashamed is as rottenness in his bones. The thoughts of the righteous are right, but the counsels of the wicked are deceit. Proverbs 12:6. The words of the wicked are to lie in wait for blood, but the mouth of the upright shall deliver them. The wicked are overthrown and are not, but the house of the righteous shall stand. A man shall be commanded according to his wisdom, but he that is of a perverse heart shall be despised. Proverbs 12:9. He that is despised and have a servant is better than he that honoreth himself and lacketh bread. A righteous man regards the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. He that tilleth his land shall be satisfied with bread, but he that followeth vain persons is void of understanding. The wicked desire the net of an evil man, but the root of the righteous yieldeth fruit. A wicked servant is snared by the transgression of his lips, but the just shall come out of trouble. Proverbs 12 and 14. A man shall be satisfied with good by the fruit of his mouth, and the recompense of a man's hand shall be rendered unto him. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise. A fool's wrath is presently known, but a prudent man covereth shame. Proverbs 12 and 17. He that speaketh truth shows forth righteousness, but a false witness deceit. There is that speaketh like a piercing of a sword, but the tongue of the wise health. The lip of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue but for a moment. Deceit is in the heart of them that imagine evil, but to the counselors of peace is joy. There shall be no evil happen to the just, but the wicked shall be filled with mischief. Lying lips are an abomination to Yahweh, but they that deal truly are his delight. Proverbs 12 and 23. Prudent man concealeth knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaimeth foolishness. The hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but the slothful shall be under tribute. Heaviness is in the heart of a man that maketh stoop, but a good word maketh it glad. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduces them. Proverbs 12 and 27. The slothful man roasts not that which he took in hunting, but the substance of the diligent man is precious. The way of the righteous is life, and in the pathway thereof is no death. The book of Proverbs, chapter 15. A wise son heareth his father's instruction, but the scorner heareth not. Man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth, but the soul of the transgressors shall eat violence. He that keepeth his mouth keepeth his life, but he that opened wide his lips shall have destruction. The soul of the sluggard desireth and have nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat. Proverbs 13 and 5. A righteous man hateth lying, but a wicked man is loathsome and cometh to shame. The righteous keep him that's upright in the way, but the wicked overthrow the sinner. Proverbs 13 and 7. There is that maketh himself rich, yet have nothing. And there is that maketh himself poor, yet have great riches. The ransom of a man's life are his riches, but the poor heareth not rebuke. The light of the righteous rejoices, but the lamp of the wicked shall be put out. Put out. Proverbs 13 and 10. Only by pride cometh contention, but with the well-advised is wisdom. Proverbs 13 and 11. Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth by labor shall increase. Hope deferred maketh the heart sick, but when desire cometh, it's a tree of life. Whosoever despises the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded. Proverbs 13 and 14. The law of the wise is a fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death. Good understanding giveth favor, but the way of transgressors is hard. Every prudent man dealeth with knowledge, but the fool layeth open his folly. A wicked messenger falleth into mischief, but a faithful ambassador is health. Proverbs 13 and 18. Poverty and shame shall be to him that refuses instruction, but he that regardeth reproof shall be honored. The desire accomplished is sweet to the soul, but it is abomination to fools to depart from evil. Proverbs 13 and 20. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. Evil pursueth sinners, but to the righteous good shall be repaid. A good man leaveth inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. Proverbs 13 and 23. Much food is in the tillage of the poor, but there is that is destroyed for want of judgment. Judgment. The book of Proverbs 13 and 24. He that spareth his rod hateth his son, but he that loveth them chasteneth him betime. The righteous eateth to the satisfying of his soul, but the belly of the wicked shall want. The book of Proverbs 14. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. He that walketh in his uprightness feareth Yahweh, but he that's perverse in his ways despises him. In the mouth of the foolish is a rod of pride, but the lips of the wise shall preserve them. Where no oxen are, the crib is clean, but much increase is by the strength of the ox. A faithful witness will not lie, but a false witness uttereth lies. A scorner seeketh wisdom, but findeth it not. But knowledge is easy unto him that understandeth. The book of Proverbs 14, verse 7. Go from the presence of a foolish man when thou perceivest not in him the lips of knowledge. The wisdom of the prudent is to understand his way, but the folly of fools is deceit. Fools make a mock of sin, but among the righteous there's favor. The wisdom of the prudent is to understand his way, but the folly of fools is deceit. Fools make a mock at sin, but among the righteous there's favor. The book of Proverbs chapter 14, verse 10. The heart knoweth his own bitterness, and a stranger did not intermeddle with his joy. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 10. The heart knoweth his own bitterness, and a stranger did not intermeddle with his joy. The house of the wicked shall be overthrown, but the tabernacle of the upright shall flourish. There's a way which seems right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. There is a way that seems right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Even in laughter, the heart is sorrowful, and the end of that mirth is heaviness. The book of Proverbs chapter 14, verse 14. The backslider in heart shall be filled with his own ways, and a good man shall be satisfied from himself. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man look well to his goings. wise man feareth and departeth from evil, but the fool rages and is confident. The book of Proverbs 14 and 16. The book of Proverbs chapter 14, verse 16. A wise man feareth and departs from evil, but the fool raggeth and is confident. He that is soon angry dealeth foolishly, and a man of wicked desires. Book of Proverbs chapter 14, verse 17. He that soon angry dealeth foolishly, and a man of wicked devices is hated. The simple inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. The evil bow before the good, and the wicked at the gates of the righteous. The poor is hated even of his own neighbor, but the rich have many friends. The book of Proverbs 14 and 21. He that despises his neighbor sinneth, but he that have mercy on the poor, happy is he. Book of Proverbs chapter 14, verse 22. Do they not err that devise evil? But mercy and truth shall be them that devise good. In Proverbs 14 and 23. In all labor there's a profit, but the talk of the lips tendeth only to penury. The crown of the wise is their riches, but the foolishness of fools is folly. The book of Proverbs chapter 14, verse 25. A true witness delivers souls, but deceitful witness speaketh lies. The book of Proverbs chapter 14, verse 26. In the fear of Yahweh is strong confidence, and his children shall have a place of refuge. The fear of Yahweh is a fountain of life to depart from the snares of death. The fear of Yah is a fountain of life to depart from the snares of death. In the multitude of people is a king's honor, but in a want of people is the destruction of the prince. He that's slow to wrath is of great understanding, but he that's hasty of spirit exalteth folly. A sound heart is the life of the flesh, but envy the rottenness of bones. He that oppresses the poor reproaches his maker, but he that honoreth him hath mercy on the poor. The book of Proverbs 14:32. The wicked is driven away in his wickedness, but the righteous have hope in his death. The wicked is driven away in his wickedness, but the righteous have hope in his death. Wisdom rests in the heart of him that hath understanding, but that which is in the midst of fools is made known. The righteous exalted a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. The king's favor is towards a wise servant, but his wrath is against him that causeth shame. Proverbs 15. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. The tongue of the wise useth knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools poureth out foolishness. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. A wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but the perverseness therein is a breach in the spirit. A fool despises his father's instruction, but he that regardeth reproof is prudent. In the house of the righteous is much treasure, but in the revenues of the wicked is trouble. The lips of the wise disperse knowledge, but the heart of the foolish doth not so. Proverbs 15:8. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but the prayer of the upright is his delight. The way of the wicked is an abomination unto the Lord, but he loveth him that follows after righteousness. Correction is grievous unto him that forsaketh the way, and he that hateth reproof shall die. Hell and destruction are before the Lord. How much more then the hearts of the children of men? A scorner loveth not one that reproveth him, neither will he go unto the wise. A merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of the heart the spirit is broken. The heart of him that hath understanding seeketh knowledge, but the mouth of fools feedeth on foolishness. All the days of the afflicted are evil, but he that is of merry heart have a continual feast. Proverbs 15:15. Better little with fear of the Lord than great treasure and trouble therewith. Better is a dinner of herbs where love is than a stalled ox and hatred therewith. A wrathful man stirred up strife, but he that is slow to anger appeaseth strife. The way of the slothful man is as a hedge of thorns, but the way of the righteous is made plain. A wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish man despiseth his mother. Folly is joy to him that is destitute of wisdom, but a man of understanding walketh uprightly. Proverbs 15:22. Without counsel, purposes are disappointed, but in the multitude of counselors they are established. A man haveth joy by the answer of his mouth, but a word spoken in due season, how good is it? A man hath joy by the answer of his mouth, and the word spoken in due season, how good is it? The way of life is above to the wise, that he may depart from hell beneath. The Lord would destroy the house of the proud, but he will establish the border of the widow. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord, but the words of the pure are pleasant words. He that is greedy of gain troubleth his own house, but he that hateth gifts shall live. The heart of the righteous studieth to answer, but the mouth of the wicked poureth out evil things. The Lord is far from the wicked, but he heareth the prayer of the righteous. The light of the eyes rejoiceth the heart, and a good report makes the bones fat. The ear that heareth the reproof of life abideth among the wise. He that refuseth instruction despises his own soul, but he that heareth reproof getteth understanding. And the fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility. The book of Proverbs, chapter 16. The preparations of the heart in men, and the answers of the tongue is from Yahweh. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but Yahweh weighs the ruah. But Yahweh weighs the spirit. Commit your works unto El Yahweh, for your thoughts shall be established. Yahweh has made all things for himself. Yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. Everyone that's proud in heart is an abomination to Yahweh. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished. By mercy and truth iniquity is purged. But by the fear of the Lord, men depart from evil. The book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 7. When a man's ways please Yahweh, he makes even his enemies be at peace with him. Better is a little with righteousness than great revenues without right. A man's heart devises his ways, but Yahuwah directs his steps. Proverbs 16 and 10. A divine sentence is in the lip of the king. His mouth transgresses not in judgment. A just weight and balance are Yahweh's. All the weights of the bag are his work. It's an abomination to kings to commit wickedness, for the throne is established in righteousness. Righteous lips are the delight of kings, and they love him that speaks right. The wrath of the king is as messengers of death, but a wise man will pacify it. The light of the king's countenance is life, and his favor is as a cloud of the latter rain. Proverbs 16 and 16. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold? How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver? Proverbs 16 and 17. The highway of the upright is to depart from evil. He that keepeth his way preserveth his soul. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Better is it to be of a humble spirit with the lowly, than to divide the spoil with the proud. He that handles a matter wisely shall find good, and whosoever trusteth in Yahweh, happy is he. Proverbs 16 and 21. The wise in heart shall be called prudent, and the sweetness of the lips increases learning. Understanding is a wellspring of life unto him that have it, but the instruction of fools is folly. The heart of the wise teacheth his mouth, and addeth learning unto his lips. Pleasant words are as a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and health to the bones. Pleasant words are as a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and health to the bones. There's a way that seems right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. He that laboreth for himself, for his mouth carve it out of him. An ungodly man diggeth up evil, and in his lips there is as a burning fire. A froward man soweth strife, and a whisperer separateth chief friends. A violent man entices his neighbor and leadeth him into a way that's not good. He shutteth his eyes to divide forward things. Moving his lips he bring evil to pass. The hoary head is a crown of glory, if it be found in the way of righteousness. He that slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city. The lot is cast into the lap, but the whole disposing thereof is of Yahweh. The book of Proverbs, chapter 17. Better is a dry morsel in quietness therewith than a house full of sacrifices with strife. A wise servant shall rule over a son that causes shame, and should have part of the inheritance among the brethren. Proverbs 17:3. The fining pot is for silver, and the furnace for gold, but Yahweh tries the hearts. A wicked doer gives heed to false lips, and a liar gives ear to a naughty tongue. Whosoever mocks the poor reproaches his maker, and he that is glad at calamities shall not be unpunished. Proverbs 17:7. Excellent speech becometh not a fool, much less do lying lips a prince. A gift is as a precious stone in the eyes of him that have it. Wherever so he turn it, it prospereth. Book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 9. He that covereth a transgression seeketh love, but he that repeateth the matter separateth very friends. A reproof entereth more into a wise man than 100 stripes into a fool. An evil man seeketh only rebellion, therefore a cruel messenger shall be sent against him. Let a bear robbed of her whelps meet a man rather than a fool in his folly. The book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 13. Whosoever rewardeth evil for good, evil shall not depart from his house. Whosoever rewardeth evil for good, evil shall not depart from his house. The beginning of strife is as when one letteth out water. Therefore leave off contention before it be meddled with. He that justifieth the wicked and condemn the just, even they both are an abomination to Yahweh. Wherefore there's a price in the hand of a fool to get wisdom, seeing he have no heart to it. Proverbs 17:17. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. A man void of understanding striketh hands, and become a surety in the presence of his friend. Proverbs 17:17. He loveth transgression that loveth strife. He that exalteth his gate seeketh destruction. He that have a forward heart findeth no good. He that have a perverse tongue falleth into mischief. He that begetteth a fool doeth to his own sorrow, and the father of a fool has no joy. A merry heart doeth good like medicine, but a broken spirit drieth the bones. A wicked man taketh a gift out of the bosom to pervert the ways of judgment. Proverbs 17:24. Wisdom is before him that have understanding, but the eyes of a fool are in the ends of the earth. A foolish son is a grief to his father, and bitterness to her that bear him. Also to punish the just is not good, nor to strike princes for equity. He that have knowledge spareth his words, and a man of understanding is of an excellent spirit. Proverbs 17:28. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise. And he that shutteth his lips is esteemed as a man of understanding. The book of Proverbs, chapter 22. A good name is better to be chosen than great riches, and love and favor rather than silver and gold. And love and favor rather than silver and gold. The rich and the poor meet together. Yahweh is the maker of them all. A prudent man foreseeth evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. By humility and the fear of Yahweh are riches, honor, and life. Thorns and snares are in the way of the forward, but he that do keep his soul shall be far from him. Thorns and snares are in the way of the forward, but he that do keep his soul shall be far from him. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he shall not depart from it. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. He that soweth iniquity shall reap vanity, and the rod of his anger shall fail. He that have a bountiful eye shall be blessed, for he giveth his bread to the poor. Cast out the scorner, and contention shall go out. Yeah, strife and reproach shall cease. The book of Proverbs, chapter 22:11. He that loveth pureness of heart, for the grace of his lips, the king shall be his friend. The king shall be his friend. The eyes of El Yahweh preserve knowledge, and he overthroweth the words of the transgressors. The slothful man saith, there's a lion without, and I'll be slain in the streets. The book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 14. The mouth of a strange woman is a deep pit. He that's abhorred of Yahweh shall fall therein. Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him. He that oppresses the poor to increase his riches, and he that giveth to the rich shall surely come to want. He that oppresses the poor to increase his riches, and he that giveth to the rich shall surely come to want. Proverbs 22:17. Bow down thy ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply thy heart unto my knowledge. For it's a pleasant thing if thou keep them within thee, and they shall withal be fitted in thy lips. Bow down thy ear to hear the words of the wise, and apply thine heart unto my knowledge. For it's a pleasant thing if thou keep them within thee, they shall withal be fitted in thy lips. The book of Proverbs, chapter 22:19. That thy trust may be in Yahweh, I've made it known unto thee this day, even to thee. Have I not written unto thee excellent things and counsels and knowledge, that I might make thee know the certainty of the words of truth, that thou mayest answer the words of truth to them that send unto thee? That thy trust may be in Yahweh, I've made it known unto thee this day, even to thee. Have I not written unto thee excellent things and counsels and knowledge of the words of truth, that thou mayest answer the words of truth to them that send unto thee? The book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and 19. That thy trust may be in Yahweh, I've made it known unto thee this day, even to thee. Have I not written to thee excellent things and counsels and knowledge, that I might make thee know the certainty of the words of truth, that thou mayest answer the words of truth to them that send unto thee? Rob not the poor, 'cause he's poor, neither oppress the afflicted in a gate. For Yahweh will plead their cause and spoil the soul of those that spoil them. For Yahweh will plead their cause and spoil the soul of those that spoil them. Make no friendship with an angry man, and with the furious man thou shalt not go, lest thou learn his ways and get a snare to thy soul. Lest thou learn his ways and get a snare to thy soul. Be not one of them that strike hands, nor them that are surety for debts. For if thou hast nothing to pay, why should he take away thy bed from under thee? Remove not the ancient landmark which thy fathers have set. Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before a mean man. The book of Proverbs 23. When thou sittest to eat with the ruler, consider diligently what's before thee, and put a knife to thy throat if thou be a man given to appetite. Be not desirous of his dainties, for they are deceitful meat. Labor not to be rich, cease from thy own wisdom, for thou set thine eyes upon that which is not. For riches certainly make themselves wings, and they fly away as an eagle towards heaven. Eat not thou the bread of him that hath an evil eye, neither desire thou his dainty meats. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee. The morsel which thou hast eaten shall thou vomit up, and lose thy sweet words. Speak not in the ear of a fool, for he'll despise the wisdom of thy words. Remove not the old landmark, and enter not into the fields of the fatherless. For their Redeemer is mighty, and he shall plead their cause with thee. Apply thy heart to instruction, and thine ears to the words of knowledge. Withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die. For if thou beatest him with a rod, he shall not die. Withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with a rod, he shall not die. Thou shalt beat him with the rod, and shalt deliver his soul from hell. My son, if thine heart be wise, my heart shall rejoice, even mine. Yeah, my reign shall rejoice when thy lips speak right things. The book of Proverbs 23 and 17. Let not thine heart envy sinners, but be thou in fear of Yahweh all the day long. For surely there is an end, and thine expectation shall not be cut off. Proverbs 23 and 18. For surely there is an end, and thine expectation shall not be cut off. For surely there is an end, and thine expectation shall not be cut off. Hear thou, my son, and be wise, and guide thine heart in the way. Be not among the wine bibbers, among the riotous flesh eaters, For the drunkard and the gluttonous shall come to poverty, and drowsiness shall clothe the man with rags. Hearken unto thy father that begat thee, and despise not thy mother when she's old. Buy the truth and sell it not, also wisdom and instruction and understanding. The book of Proverbs, chapter 23 and 24. The father of the righteous shall greatly rejoice, and he that begetteth the wise child shall have joy of him. The father and the mother shall be glad, and she that bare thee shall rejoice. My son, give me thine heart, and let thine eyes observe my ways. Book of Proverbs 23 and 25. Thy father and thy mother shall be glad, and she that bare thee shall rejoice. My son, give me thy heart, and let thy eyes observe my ways. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit. She lieth in wait as for prey, and increaseth the transgressors among men. Who have a hoe, who have sorrow, who have contentions, who has babbling, who has wounds without cause, who has redness of eyes. They that tarry long after wine, they that go to seek mixed wine. Look not thou upon thy wine when it's red, when it giveth this color in the cup, when it moveth itself, at the last it biteth like a serpent, and stingeth like an adder. Thine eyes shall behold a strange woman, and thy heart shall utter perverse things. Yeah, thou shalt be as he that lieth down in the midst of the sea, or as he that lieth upon the top of a mast. They've stricken me, thou shalt say, and I was not sick. They've beaten me, and I felt it not. When shall I wake? I'll seek it yet again. The book of Proverbs, chapter 24. Be not envious against evil men, neither desirous to be with them. For their hearts studieth destruction, and their lips talk of mischief. Through wisdom is a house builded, and by understanding it's established. And by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious and pleasant riches. A wise man is strong. Yeah, a man of knowledge increases strength. The book of Proverbs 24 and 6. For by wise counsel thou shalt make thy war, and in a multitude of counselors there is safety. Wisdom is too high for a fool. He opens not his mouth in a gate. He that devises to do evil shall be called a mischievous person. The foolishness is sin, and the scorner is an abomination to men. The book of Proverbs 24 and 9. The thought of foolishness is sin, and the scorner is an abomination to men. Thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. If thou forbear to deliver them that are drawn to death, and those that are ready to be slain. If thou sayest, behold, we knew it not, do not he that pondereth the heart consider it? And he that keepeth thy soul, do he not know it? And shall he not render to every man according to his works? My son, eat thou honey, because it's good, and the honeycomb, which is sweet to thy taste. So shall the knowledge of wisdom be to thy soul when thou hast found it. Then there shall be a reward, and thy expectation shall not be cut off. Lay not in wait, O wicked man, against the dwelling of the righteous. Spoil not his resting place. For a just man falleth 7 times and rises up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. Rejoice not when thy enemy falleth, and let not thine heart be glad when he stumble. Lest El Yahweh see it and displease him, and he turn away his wrath from him. lest Yahuwah see it, and it displeases him, and he turn away his wrath from him. Fret not thyself because of evil man, neither be thou envious at the wicked. For there shall be no reward to the evil man. The candle of the wicked shall be put out. My son, fear Yahuwah and the king, and meddle not with them that are given a change. Their calamity shall rise suddenly, and who knew the ruin of them both? These things also belong to the wise. It's not good to have respecters of persons in judgment. He that saith to the wicked, thou art righteous, him shall the people curse, nation shall abhor him. But to them that rebuke him shall be a delight, and a good blessing shall come upon him. Every man shall kiss his lips that giveth the right answer. Prepare thy work without, and make it fit for thyself in the field, and afterwards build thine house. Be not a witness against thy neighbor without cause, and deceive not with thy lips. Say not, I'll do so to him as he had done to me. I'll render to the man according to his work. I went by the field of the slothful, and by the vineyard of the man void of understanding. And lo, he was grown all over with thorns and nettles that covered the face thereof, and the stone wall thereof was broken down. Then I saw it and considered it well, and looked upon it and received instruction. Yeah, a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that traveleth, and thy want as an armed man. The book of Proverbs, chapter 25. These are also the Proverbs of Solomon, which the men of Hezekiah, king of Yehudah, copied out. It's the glory of Elohim to conceal a thing, but the honor of kings is to search a matter out. The heaven for height and the earth for depth, and the heart of kings is unsearchable. Take away the dross from the silver, and there shall come forth a vessel for the finer. Take away the dross from the silver, and there shall come forth a vessel for the finer. Take away the wicked from the king, and his throne shall be established in righteousness. Put not forth thyself in the presence of the king, and stand not in the place of great men. For better is it that it be said to thee, come up hither, than thou shouldest be put lower in the presence of the prince, whom thy eyes have seen. For better is it that it be said to thee, come up hither, than that thou shalt be put lower in the presence of the prince, whom thy eyes have seen. Proverbs 25 and 8. Go not forth hastily to strive, lest thou know not what to do in the end thereof when thy neighbor hath put thee to shame. Debate thy cause with thy neighbor himself, and discover not a secret to another, lest he that heareth it put thee to shame, and thine infamy turn not away. A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold in the pitchers of silver. Proverbs 25 and 11. A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold in pitchers of silver. As an earring of gold, an ornament of fine gold, so is a wise reprover upon an obedient ear. As the cold of snow in the time of harvest, so is a faithful messenger to them that send him. For he refreshes the souls of his masters. Whoso boasts himself of a false gift is like clouds and wind without rain. By long forbearing is a prince persuaded, and a soft tongue breaketh the bones. Hast thou found honey? Eat so much as sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomited. Withdraw thy foot from thy neighbor's house, lest he be weary of thee, and so hate thee. A man that beareth false witness against his neighbor is a maul, a sword, and a sharp arrow. Book of Proverbs, chapter 25 and 19. Confidence in an unfaithful man in a time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint. Confidence in an unfaithful man in a time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint. As he that taketh away a garment in cold weather, and as vinegar upon nitre, so is he that singeth songs to a heavy heart. If thine enemy be hungry, give him bread to eat, and if he be thirsty, give him water to drink. For thou shalt heap coals of fire upon his head, and Yahweh shall reward thee. The north wind driveth away rain, so do an angry countenance backbiting tongue. So do an angry countenance a backbiting tongue. Book of Proverbs 25 and 24. It's better to dwell in the corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. It's better to dwell in a corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. As cold waters to a thirsty soul, so is good news from a far country. Proverbs 25 and 26. A righteous man falling down before the wicked is as a troubled fountain in a corrupt spring. It's not good to eat much honey, so for men to search out their own glory is not glory. He that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that's broken down and without walls. The book of Proverbs, chapter 26. As snow in the summer and as rain in the harvest, so honor is not seemly for a fool. As the bird by wandering, as the swallow by flying, so the curse causeless shall not come. A whip is for a horse as a bridle for the ass, and a rod for the fool's back. Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest thou also be like unto him. Answer a fool according to his folly, lest he be wise in his own conceit. He that sendeth a message by the hand of a fool cutteth off the feet, and drinketh damage. The legs of the lame are not equal, so is a parable in the mouth of fools. As he that bindeth a stone in his sling, so is he that giveth honor to a fool. As a thorn goeth up into the hand of a drunkard, so is a parable in the mouth of fools. The great Elohim that formed all things rewardeth the fool and rewardeth transgressors. As a dog returned to his vomit, so is a fool returneth to his folly. Seest thou man wise in his own conceits? There is more hope for a fool than him. The slothful man say, there's a lion in the streets. As the door turneth upon his hinges, so do the slothful upon his bed. The slothful hides his hand in his bosom. It grieveth him to bring it again to his mouth. A sluggard is wiser in his own conceit than 7 men that can render a reason. The book of Proverbs, chapter 26, verse 17. He that passes by and meddleth with strife belongeth not to him, is like one that taketh a dog by the ears. As a madman who casts his firebrands, arrows, and death, so is a man that deceiveth his neighbor and say, Am I not in sport? Where no wood is, there the fire goeth out. And where no talebearer is, the strife ceases. As coals are the burning coals, and wood the fire, so is a contentious man that kindles strife. The words of a talebearer are as wounds going down into the innermost parts of the belly, burning lips and a wicked heart like a pot sheared covered with silver dross. Proverbs 26 and 24. He that hateth dissembleth with his lips, and layeth up deceit within him. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, but there are 7 abominations in his heart, whose hatred is covered by deceit. His wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart, whose hatred is covered by deceit. His wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth the stone, it'll return upon him. A lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin. The book of Proverbs, chapter 27. Boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. Let another man praise thee, and not thy own mouth, a stranger, and not thy own lips. A stone is heavy, and sand weighty, but a fool's wrath is heavier than them both. Wrath is cruel, and anger is outrageous, but who's able to stand before envy? Proverbs 27 and 5. Open rebuke is better than secret love. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. The full soul loatheth honeycomb, but to the hungry soul every bitter thing is sweet. As a bird that wandereth from her nest, so is a man that wandereth from his place. Ointment and perfume rejoice the heart, so do the sweetness of a man's friend by hearty counsel. Proverbs 27 and 10. Thine own friend and thy father's friend forsake not, neither go into thy brother's house in the day of thy calamity. For better is a neighbor that's near than a brother far off. The book of Proverbs 27 and 11. My son, be wise, make my heart glad, that I may answer him that reproach me. Proverbs 27 and 12. A prudent man foreseeth evil, and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. But the simple pass on and are punished. Take his garment, that's surety for a stranger, and take a pledge of him for a strange woman. He that blessed his friend with a loud voice, rising early in the morning, it shall be counted to him a curse. A continual dropping in a very rainy day, and a contentious woman are alike. A continual dropping in a very rainy day, and a contentious woman are alike. Whosoever hideth her hideth the wind, and the ointment of his right hand which bewrayeth itself. Whosoever hideth her hideth the wind and the ointment in his right hand, and which bewrayeth himself. Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpen the countenance of his friend. Whoso keepeth the fig tree shall eat the fruit thereof. so he that waiteth on his master shall be honored. As in water, face answered to face, so the heart of man to man. Hell and destruction are never full, so the eyes of a man are never satisfied. Hell and destruction are never full, so the eyes of a man are never satisfied. As the firing pot for silver and the furnace for gold, so is a man to his praise. The book of Proverbs 27 and 22. Though thou shouldest bray a fool in a mortar among wheat with the pestle, yet will not his foolishness depart from him. Be thou diligent to know the state of thy flocks, and look well to thy herds. For riches are not forever, and do the crown endure to every generation. The hay appeareth, and the tender grass showeth itself, and the herbs of the mountains are gathered. The lambs are for thy clothing, and the goats are the price of the field. And thou shalt have goats' milk enough for thy food, for the food of thy household, and for the maintenance of thy maidens. The book of Proverbs chapter 28. The wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are bold as a lion. For the transgression of a land, many are the princes thereof. But by a man of understanding and knowledge, the state thereof shall be prolonged. A poor man that oppresses the poor is like a sweeping rain which leaves no food. They that forsake the law praise the wicked, but such as keep the law contend with them. Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek Yahweh understand all things. Proverbs 28 and 6. Better is the poor that walketh in his uprightness than he that's perverse in his ways, though he be rich. Whosoever keepeth the law is a wise son, but he that's a companion of riotous men shameth his father. He that by usury and unjust gain increases his substance, he shall gather it for him that will pity the poor. He that turneth away from hearing the law, even his prayer should be an abomination. He that turneth away from hearing the law, even his prayer should be an abomination. Whosoever calls the righteous to go astray in an evil way, he shall fall himself into his own pit. But the upright shall have good things in possession. Proverbs 28 and 11. The rich man is wise in his own conceit, but the poor that have understanding searches him out. When a righteous man do rejoice, there is great glory, but when the wicked rise, a man is hidden. The book of Proverbs 28 and 13. He that covereth his sin shall not prosper, but whosoever confesses and forsaketh them shall have mercy. Happy is the man that feareth always, but he that hardeneth his heart shall fall into mischief. As a roaring lion and as a raging bear, so is a wicked ruler over the poor people. The prince that wanteth understanding is also a great oppressor, but he that hateth covetousness shall prolong his days. A man that doeth violence to the blood of any person shall flee to the pit, let no man stay him. Whosoever walketh uprightly shall be saved, but he that is perverse in his ways shall fall at once. He that tilleth his land shall have plenty of bread, but he that followeth after vain persons shall have poverty enough. A faithful man shall abound with blessings, but he that maketh haste to be rich shall not be innocent. To have respect of persons is not good, for a piece of bread that man a transgressed. He that hasteth to be rich have an evil eye, and consider not that poverty shall come upon him. He that rebuketh a man afterward shall find more favor than he that flattereth with the tongue. Whosoever robbeth his father or his mother, and say, it's no transgression, the same is the companion of a destroyer. He that is of a proud heart stirreth up strife, but he that putteth his trust in Yahweh shall be made fat. The book of Proverbs 28 and 26. He that trusts in his own heart is a fool, but whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered. He that giveth unto the poor shall not lack, but he that hideth his eyes shall have many a curse. When the wicked rise, men hide themselves, but when they perish, the righteous increase. The book of Proverbs, chapter 29. He that being often reproved harden his neck shall suddenly be destroyed without remedy. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. The book of Proverbs 29 and 3. Whoso loveth wisdom rejoiceth his father, but he that keepeth company with harlots spendeth his substance. The king by judgment established the land, but he that receiveth gifts overthroweth it. A man that blathereth his neighbor spreadeth a net for his feet. In the transgression of an evil man there is a snare, but the righteous do a thing and rejoice. The righteous considereth the cause of the poor, but the wicked regard not to know it. Scornful men bring a city to a snare, but wise men turn away wrath. If a wise man contendeth with a foolish man, whether he rage or laugh, there is no rest. Proverbs 29 and 10. The bloodthirsty hateth the upright, but the just seek his soul. A fool uttereth all his mind, but a wise man keepeth until afterward. If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked. The poor and the deceitful men meet together. Yahweh lighten both their eyes. The king that faithfully judged the poor, his throne shall be established forever. The rod and reproof give wisdom, but a child left to himself bringeth his mother to shame. When the wicked are multiplied, transgressions increase, but the righteous shall see their fall. Proverbs 29 and 17. Correct thy son, and he'll give thee rest. Yeah, he'll give thee delight unto thy soul. Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. A servant will not be corrected by words, but though he understands